Hello and welcome to Drag Me with me, your host, Leeja Miller, your lost bisexual friend who doesn't know what she's talking about. Today we're discussing RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star 7, Episode 10. What the fuck is it called? The Kennedy Davenport Center Honors Hall of Shade. It's a roast, people. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, reminder, there's both YouTube and podcast versions of these episodes. You'll see that I do have bangs. Yes, do not worry. It is not because of a crisis or a breakdown. It was on purpose and intentional. The only crisis I'm having is I'm trying to go with my natural hair texture and I don't know how to do it. I feel like I either look poofy or like John Bon Jovi or like who's the guy from the new season of Stranger Things that plays the electric guitar that Doja Cat's in love with, or like a drowned rat. Like I haven't figured out. It's so poofy. And I don't know how to make it stop being poofy because my hair is so fine that when I do a curl cream, it like weighs it down and gets flat. But then when I do a curl mousse, we have poof. And if I do nothing, there's also poof. And I'm really at my wit's end at this point. Moira's here with us. She's asleep in the sunshine. I got an AC unit for my office. So I am officially not sweating right now, you guys, which is great because it's going to be 100 degrees in Minnesota. I swear to God, I am out here fighting for my life 9 months out of the year in this fucking state. I think those are all my complaints to start. Let's get into the episode, shall we? This was a fun one. Okay, so if you'll remember last week, Raja was blocked. So we start this week's episode with Raja being pissed because she finds out that there is no secret to the plunger and all the other queens had been lying to her this whole time, which was a really fun ruse that truly lasted the entire season, which was fun. It was a fun prank. Okay, now everyone has 2 or more stars except for 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗡𝗡𝗖𝗧, which I think is highway robbery. There are definitely episodes that I thought she deserved to win that she did not. If you have listened throughout this series of my reactions so far, you'll have heard me gripe about that. But I feel bad because like this is really the end for her. Like she really has to make it or break it in these last couple episodes, and the odds were slim to begin with because there's 2 challenges left, my friends. Well, 1 now that this episode's done. 1 challenge remains, but there was 2 left at the beginning of this episode. You understand what I'm talking about. Ronan Farrow's the guest judge. I really loved his little catwalk at the beginning when they're like, and special guest judge Ronan Farrow, like, good thing he's talented in many other ways, you know? Keep your day job. Also, have you guys seen the Woody Allen documentary? Woo. Also, I'm never not gonna believe the conspiracy theory that Frank Sinatra is his real dad. The comparison is simply too uncanny. You're telling me that Woody Allen is that guy's dad? Yeah, right. Get a grip. All right, moving on. Okay, like I said, the maxi challenge for this week was the Kennedy Davenport Center Honors Hall of Shade. And if you can believe it, I actually do know who Kennedy Davenport is. Congrats to me. It's because my gateway into Drag Race was via Trixie and Katya, and she was on both season 7 with Trixie and Katya and All Stars season 3, which I watched part of at least. But I saw all of season 7. So I know Kennedy Davenport. I get the joke, the Kennedy LaGuardia, whatever. I mean, I don't get it, but like I've heard it. For once, we're on the same page, okay? Okay, so while the girls are in their workroom writing these jokes, which by the way, it's endlessly impressive to me that they're given like 2 days to pull this off. Makes me think I should probably be a little bit less harsh on them because like that's a really fast turnaround time. Anyway, Monet and Jinx, they're feeling pretty confident at the beginning of this. Trinity, not so much. She's really nervous because she really fucked up her last few roasts. Of course, none of which I've seen, but based on the little snippets that they showed us during this episode, seemed like they were rough. But Monet apparently killed hers, and Jinx is, you know, a comedy queen. The Vivienne, also a comedy queen, though we didn't really get much from her as far as her, like, confidence, other than that she was nervous because British humor and English and American humor doesn't always, you know, work in the same way, which, yeah, true. Also, I don't find her that funny most of the time. Sorry. So they workshop some jokes with Solomon Giorgio, and like, honestly, they seemed like they were gonna slap even during the rehearsal phase, which I feel like a lot of times this show likes to edit those rehearsals to show like the worst jokes. It is just another example, once again, how this show, this season is just trying to put all of these queens in like the most flattering light possible because they were all pretty funny in the rehearsal. Okay, so then we get to the actual honors ceremony, and Wintergreen comes out as the president of this Hall of Shade. Yeah, I didn't know who that was. Was he a cameraman that they did a challenge and then dressed him up like a drag queen and it turned out he was really good at it? Is that the gag? That's what I gathered based on context clues presented to me solely during this episode. So comment below, fill me in. But it was a joke that I was not a part of. It was one of those things when you see all your friends laughing at an inside joke and you're on the outside just confused and lost. Okay, 𝗤𝗓 opens, never the favorite position for most people. She was clearly a little nervous about it, but she looked gorgeous, loved her outfit, and she did great. You know, did I cackle? No, but I smiled at the TV, and that's something. I wasn't uncomfortable. Let's say that. She did fine. 𝗬𝗓𝗏, she looks real kooky, but, you know, she also did a good job. Her roast of Jinx gave me a good chuckle. Like, none of these queens, well, I was just gonna say none of these queens did badly. Never mind, moving on. 𝗟𝗓 looks gorgeous. She had a joke about 𝗓𝗘𝗘𝗘𝗡𝗏 that gave me a little bit of a chuckle, but like, I don't know, it was fine. It didn't blow my socks off. Okay, and then Jinx comes on, obviously funny, was looking forward to what she was gonna say. At this point, we're all biased in Jinx's favor, I think. She made some jokes about 𝗬𝗓𝗏's penis, which I think was not the first time someone had made a joke about 𝗬𝗓𝗏's penis on this night. And so, like, is it just common knowledge that 𝗬𝗓𝗏 has a giant penis? Is that something that we just all know? Was it a joke from her season or something? Either way, the joke where she was doing a line of coke off her penis and then was able to take a breath and think about how she's become her mother, that's like professional level comedy gold. That was brilliant. The delivery was exquisite. The writing was flawless. Jinx at her finest. All right, and then 𝗓𝗘𝗘𝗏 comes up again. She was very nervous, so this is a lovely redemption arc because she was funny. She was rude, and I liked it. And they edited in RuPaul literally scream laughing throughout her set. So I figured right away that 𝗓𝗘𝗘𝗏 was going to be one of the winners, which is a great redemption arc. You love to see it, and I think it was deserved. She did a good job. Monet, it was fine. I didn't laugh. So sorry. Also didn't love the outfit. The headpiece, I get where she was going with it, but like it looked like a bald cap that then had like sequins and drawings and put on top of it, you know? Like it looked like a bald cap. Didn't work for me. Then we got to Jada. It was rough. You know, she handled it, I guess, as well as could be hoped. Like, she played it off a little bit. She made jokes about how bad she was doing. I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. It was rough, though. Yeah, it was rough. I don't know if she got into her head too much or, like, what happened there. Because she's not funny. Maybe she's just not great at, like, delivering lines. Because, yeah, it was rough. All right, and then the Vivienne, she was funny. You know, I didn't get a cackle out of it, but, you know, I smiled again at the TV. I think it was well done. I think the writing was tight and good. And, you know, I'm not a comedian. I'm not a professional. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But based on my 2 cents, she did good. Did I cackle? No. Is it because I might be, like, biased against the Vivienne for some reason that I still haven't figured out this season? Yeah, I think so. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm so strongly Team Jinx. And now that they've been pitted against each other, I think this is what the producers wanted. Because I have more buy-in now because I'm like, Team Jinx, all the way. It's not fair. And the Vivienne is very talented. So I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just acknowledging it, okay? So that's the roast. Then we move on to the runway challenge. Category is all glowed up. And I really didn't know what to expect when they first announced it. I was like, oh, is it gonna be like gold? Like everything is gold and shimmery, you know, glowed up? I don't know. But then I was shocked and pleasantly surprised to learn that it was that all of their outfits were going to light up. So this was a fun surprise for me. It was also really interesting to watch how they lit these costumes because it was not the same type of runway lighting that they did. And they, you know, had to figure out a way to highlight the way that these girls' outfits looked both with the lights on and with the lights off and allow them to show off their makeup and their wig at the same time. So it was interesting to see kind of all of the different visions of the outfits, both in the light and in the dark. So first we have 𝗤𝗓𝗏. She's got this like beautiful cage looking dress that's got this big, strong shoulders. And she's on these like impossible shoes, very runway, very 𝗤𝗏. It felt fitting. And then the lights turn off and they're lasers, which is very cool. She's got a red lip. She's got these like kind of bug antennas on, which is very cool. Like, it's hard to fully grasp what it looked like on the runway because it is lasered, but Her makeup is stunning. I mean, it's such a perfect runway look. Next up, 𝗬𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗡 in this delightful glowing mushroom ensemble. And her hair, you can't really appreciate it. I didn't really appreciate it until she was like standing on the runway afterwards to get her feedback. But the like green, I don't know, locks, if that's what it is. It looks like moss on top of this beautiful blue, flowy mushroom. It's so cool. And it reminded me of Willow Pill in her weird mushroom outfit, you know? Like, you could tell they're from the same drag family. She looked gorgeous. All right, then we got 𝗟𝗘𝗘𝗡𝗏𝗧 in a sunflower outfit with like a headpiece, and all the petals kind of make up the whole thing, and then you turn the lights out and the petals light up. Her makeup looks gorgeous. She looks like a little fairy. The rest of it, I don't know. I feel like the other girls came with like a concept, a lot of them. This one is just like, I'm a flower, which I don't know. It's fine. It looks pretty, but it's not like groundbreaking. Florals for spring, groundbreaking. The lights aren't even interesting. They're just, the petals are just lit up. There's nothing visually surprising about it. Jinx, on the other hand, holy shit. Head to toe, I'm obsessed with what she did. So she's got this dress, she's tied up, she looks like almost virginal, but it's got this like beautiful structure on the neckline, which you know I'm a sucker for. Her makeup is fucking weird. It's like purple, like she's dying or evil. I love it. And it goes into her hair that's red, and then the lights go out. And somehow she's managed to make her white dress light up so that it looks like flames. So she's like being burnt at the stake like a witch. I literally gasped out loud when the lights went out for hers. So fucking cool. And then when the light hits her face and she cackles, cherry on top. This was stunning for me. This concept was amazing. The makeup was great. All of it. It was such a cool direction to have taken this runway look. All right, next we have Trinity the Tuck. Honestly, outfit didn't do much for me at all. There wasn't even a concept here. It was just like, I don't know, Vegas Strip. Let's just put strip lights all over my body. Like, I didn't even know what was happening. So even though she did well with the challenge and, you know, there's a redemption arc there, this outfit did truly nothing for me. It looks like a parade float, like it was haphazardly taped together. Mona Exchange comes out and she's got this like understated celestial dress. I loved this. I liked the understatedness of it. I thought it was really cool and beautiful. And the dress in the light was beautiful, but the dress in the dark was also beautiful. I think it was a really great concept. The lights in her hair, the iridescence of the fabric. It looks like a galaxy, like you're looking straight at the sky. She looks gorgeous. I think she nailed this whole runway look. All right, next we got Jada, and she is a mermaid. This, I liked the concept because when she walked out, you couldn't quite tell, and then when the lights went off, it was a mermaid. And the hair, very Ursula. I really enjoyed this look. Was it like the best of the night? No, but it was an interesting concept, an interesting way to have taken this runway look. And then we've got the Vivienne, and she comes out in these big white wings with this like white jumpsuit and thigh-high white boots. I really liked this. This was like rave girl for me in the best way. Like the wig is weird, but it fits so perfectly. Like I could see her in the desert at Burning Man. And the wings, the way that they moved was like so beautiful and delicate. I think she nailed this one. I really, really liked this look. And the wig is so weird and kooky, and I love it. This really worked for me. Okay, so that's the runway, and then of course, RuPaul drops a new slight twist on the rules, and that is that no one is going to be blocked for the next week. So the plunger is retired, and that's right after everyone has been blocked at least once. Coincidence? I don't know. I can't tell how rigged this show is or not, if I'm being honest. All right, so no one gets to block anyone, but Jinx and Trinity are named the winners, which, you know, for Jinx definitely felt warranted. She did great at the roast, and her ensemble on the runway made me literally gasp out loud. I loved Jinx this week. Trinity, I think she had a great redemption arc for the roast. I think it was funny. I think she did a great job. Her runway look was fine. It was fine. I don't know. It didn't do much for me. I don't know who I would have named as the winner otherwise. And because like early on in the episode, I was like, yeah, Trinity is definitely going to win this because of the way that it was being edited. I kind of knew she was going to win, so I didn't really have any other predictions. But for me, Jinx was 100% the winner this week. She nailed it. All right, so then they do a lip sync against each other, which like they didn't seem to take very seriously. I mean that in a good way. Like they clearly were like, you know, a $10,000 tip sounds great, but they just went for it and were really kooky. Jinx was giving like little lad who loves berries and cream energy, which was weird, but I liked it. And then Trinity's ass was just out and it looked great and they had a fun time. Anyway, so they had a great time. Jinx wins the lip sync. I think she is like continually shocked every time she wins. Like she's so surprised that she keeps winning over and over this season. And like, honestly, I'm a little surprised that she won this one just because I feel like she has won a ton. She's kind of been like the centerpiece of this whole ensemble. She's been like carrying it for most of these weeks, honestly. But I thought it was a deserved win. She looked so goofy. She had a great time and she performed amazingly this week. So I thought it was well deserved. So Shay now has 1 star. Jinx now has 4 stars and everyone else has either 2 or 3 stars. Okay. At this point, I don't see how Shay could be in the final 4. However, I predict that there's going to be some sort of weird fucking upset in this next week. And like somehow she's going to get a couple stars or something. There's going to be some sort of tie and something's going to happen. Like I just don't see next week's episode just being a straight like 2 girls get stars. There's a clear 4 winner, 4 people at the top. And we just automatically know who's going to the finale. You know, like I anticipate in my little gut that there's probably some sort of upset coming. Maybe I'm wrong because this has been a really vanilla season. So what do I know? Also, I know that there's like spoilers and people on Reddit saying stuff and I don't read that stuff because why would I ruin the suspense for myself? I just am here to have a good time. I'm along for the ride for all of it. So I'm waiting with bated breath to see what Rue has up her evil little sleeves for next week. By next week, I mean this week. Because yeah, I get these episodes out like Wednesdays before the next episode airs. It's just how my schedule works. One person confirmed that it is nice to get caught up on what happened last episode before the new one airs on Friday. So frankly, you're welcome. And it's going to continue for the next 2 episodes, just the way that my schedule is panning out. Them's the breaks. That's how it's going to work. So I look forward to the 11th and final episode before the finale. I hope that you've enjoyed. Reminder, you can watch this on YouTube or listen to it in podcast form, wherever you get your podcasts, or they're linked below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.